to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense.
Wow.
Fucking in sync, dude.
Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Where you been? Come on, don't get sad.
Well, I was gonna say good to be back, but I kind of like my weekend, so I don't know if it's good to be back.
Dude, I'm happy to be back today, but I think I was telling Krishna, Miss Smart Nonsense SAT last week, I really like the weekends. In fact, I might go as far as to say, if all of life were a weekend, I don't know if that'd be a bad life, but maybe it would.
No, it would. I get pretty depressed on the weekends. Usually. This one was good. Hold on, this is a new
Remember 2 years ago when you said you had this like crazy, what do you call it?
Sorry, keep going.
With the jams, okay. You had this crazy coming to it of realization on the pod that you said it's not that. What was it about work? You don't hate work, you hate not work or something.
Right. I think verbatim that. Get it tattooed. I don't hate work, I hate not work, which sounds like I just need to be busy. But I my whole life mission was to make it so I'm not busy. So it was a really weird isosceles contradiction. And that's why I just stare at walls all day long. Yeah, I don't know. I like there's like the missions. Both things are fun. I think the goal is that both are fun and you're not losing. There's no scaries on any day. You just have Sunday awesomes, which I did have because I played about
Sunday awesomes. That is true. It's like I don't, and I haven't had Sunday scaries in probably since we've been doing this. But Sunday evenings, I do get a little Sunday awesomes. And I start thinking like, man, if only this could go on a little longer. This is great. Then I watch White Lotus. Fucking love that show.
Oh, fuck, dude. That got me excited. I forgot I had that.
Episode 2?
Yeah, don't spoil it.
I'll tell you what I like, okay? Yeah, let me tell you one thing I like, and then you can carry on. Actually, I'm not going to tell you. Because
about the episode?
When it happened, I got goosebumps. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Watch it.
Nice. Yeah. So the goal is every day is awesome. And yeah, on a good streak. I think I look forward to the weekend. I look forward to Monday. Got a lot of cool thing in the pipe thing. A lot of cool thing, singular.
Well, what'd you do this weekend?
Oh, I was waiting to ask, dude.
I know.
Beating around the bush.
I hear you just like, Monday I like, Tuesday I like, Thursdays, yeah, right. I'm like, dude, tell us.
My best buddy, a billionaire guy that plays on my team, one of my teams, he hosted a tournament at his place in Connecticut. And he's got like, we talked about massive estate, bunch of houses, built an ice rink in the middle of it. And he shipped up like 24 sick hockey players. Like they're all pretty much better than me. And we just had like college hockey level hockey out there all weekend long.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. I got smoked, dude.
Were you guys playing a proper tournament?
Yeah. I mean, it's a smaller sheet of ice. So it's like 3v3, which is kind of fun. And yeah, it was just a lot of good hockey, dude. But it's sick because like he has all the houses right around the rink. So you like wake up, go to the rink, play for 3 hours. They have chefs that just catered this whole event, and it's like the best food ever. You go smash the food, come right back to the rink, just keep ripping, then just get hammered at night. And he's got like sick pool tables, foosball. Everything.
Wow.
We're just hanging out. It was nice.
That
really nice.
I think if you're ready for that, that sounds great. That's not my kind of weekend. That sounds like
funny.
That sounds like I don't like a tournament weekend. I think that's what it is. I don't like a tournament weekend. I don't like all the structure. But maybe I just
funny because maybe, and now I don't want to hypothesize, but maybe because your week is so structured, that you want
Oh,
some unstructured time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I veg out on the weekend fully. I almost
Yeah.
make no plans.
Yeah.
We'll have like one
And I'm
plan.
the
Well,
opposite.
no. Yeah, we have a lot of plans, actually. I take
Oh,
that
there it
back.
is.
Speaking of plans, dude, actually, right after this isn't super interesting for the pod, but hit a huge pothole yesterday on our way to like 3 plans that we had to get to. Blew out the tire so bad. The side of the tire popped open. Walked to a Walgreens nearby, bought some like Flex paste, Flex Seal. You know that guy that's got the commercial where
Yeah.
he puts
Is
his
that
Flex
Billy
Seal on.
Mays? Does he do
Uh,
that?
Billy Mays
One of them?
derivative.
One of them? Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Tried to seal up the hole with Flex Seal, dude. It did not. It was not airtight, so I had to get towed. But yeah, I'll go pick that up later.
I got a
That's
new
my
tire
thing.
on my hog. I picked it up yesterday.
You got a
'Cause
flat
I blew
tire?
mine out. Yeah, dude, I still
How'd you
fucking ride, dude. I ride
how'd you
hard.
blow yours out?
Dude, I just at my sweet green, when I leave the sweet green to get onto the road, there's a curb. It's a good 6-inch curb, and I always just fucking pop off it like a beast. And people get scared because I want to get going fast on the sidewalk before I pop off. So I'm going head on at people at about 15 to 20, and then I fucking ride off like a dog. And I think I might have popped it there.
Do you
But I
even
don't know,
pull?
dude.
Do you pull up like? Because when I go off curbs like that, I like fully try and jump like a bunny hop
Yeah.
off. I don't get
Well,
very
when I was
high.
a kid, um, when I was a kid, uh, my step family, they had a pond, like a big pond, and one of the kids, they had this bike, and on the bike they strapped a bunch of those pool noodles so that it would float, and we'd ride off this dock, and it was like a 6-foot gap between the dock and the water, and I saw them riding, and it was sick. They'd go and just pop off and like do cool tricks in the water. So I went to do it, but I realized I didn't know like what to do when you got to the edge. I thought you just fucking ride off, and I just went face first, like dude, it just went fucking right down, and my whole body slammed into the bike. I thought I was gonna die. So now I know to pop off on every curb
Must
or
pop
dock.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
on a curb or a dock. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got that trick from BMX. If you watch enough BMX bikers,
Mm,
you realize like you definitely don't want to nosedive. If anything, like you want to
those-
land on your
those times.
back on your land on your
Yeah.
back tire.
Before school, we used to have it was like action sports or something on, and I'd watch a lot of random action sports like BMX. So, but that didn't sink in until I, firsthand fucking
Super
nosedived.
73 at Sweet Green.
Yeah. But yeah, the point is, dude, that's my kind of weekend. And it wasn't like agendaed. It was like kind of flexible. It's just like skate whenever you want. It's open all night. We're out at midnight just ripping 1Ts
I
on
think
the
I
ice.
get tired though. You know, like our
You do get
weekends with
tired.
friends, like I actually don't really like those because that's a group of guys that will just do 10 hours of physical activity straight. And I actually
Yeah.
really like to drink coffee and read books on the weekend, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, you're usually the first to fall off. I'm kind of soon behind. But it's a
Bold
spectrum,
introvert.
dude. I like and
It's a
hockey's my
physical
thing,
thing
dude.
and an introversion thing. I just need to be alone.
Yeah, I did. There was a morning where I slept in a little bit because I wasn't in the championship game because my team got slaughtered. And I just sat and I watched some of the All In podcasts, and I heard them hooting and hollering down, and it was like the craziest game of the weekend. I was really bummed I missed it. But here's a new era, dude. This is a new era of me.
Let's hear it.
I'm in the era of yes. Yeah, dude.
What happened?
Just fucking. Well,
Life
I'll
of
tell you
no.
what happened.
Life and no. Entering
Life
the
of
era
no.
of yes.
Right. I'm like, no's kind of sad. Yes is a lot more fun. And
No is hard, right? Because I'm coming from
hard.
a life of yes man. And because of that I end up spreading myself too thin. So it was always harder to say no to things.
That was you?
That's me.
Oh.
You're
Oh.
no life. No, and life of no. I'll stop.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that like I don't know if Naval or like who was the first to like hammer that, but it was just
Well, I know it. Maybe a Derek Sivers. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
Yeah, could be that.
Tim Ferriss.
And yeah, I think the problem was I don't know, pros and cons, but I just took it a bit too seriously. And really the first part of your life is supposed to be the life of yes, and then you go no. And I started in no, and now I got to go yes, and it's a little flip floppy. But
Well, what made you? I have a funny yes no story actually, but what made you? How did you come to this conclusion? Because you mentioned the All In
well,
podcast. I don't know if it has to do with that.
no. No, it doesn't. It has to. Basically, I was introverted. Someone asked me if I wanted to go watch the game, and I said no. I want to like just watch this
Okay.
podcast, and I missed out on a good time. Now I got FOMO. Um,
And then you thought about that, and you were like,
no, that wasn't it though. That was just fucking sealing the deal of like life a yes. This happened a few days before with my buddy Raj. He's a big life a yes guy, I think intentionally, and it's kind of like he'll always just like invite me to dinners, and he's always like hosting book clubs and doing like things. And I'm like, wow, you're doing a lot of things, and it's kind of cool. It's like, uh, why are you doing that? He's like, I don't know, I just wanted
momentum
to
and
be.
serendipity too, you know?
Yeah, they just collisions everywhere, and yeah, because I was with him and his girlfriend. We're actually at Soho House, which is kind of it's a soup. Jesus, speak English. It's a cool vibe, a sweet vibe. I don't know what else I'm mixing there, but it's a really cool vibe. And they were talking about uh, I don't know, relationships came up, and they're like, "Yeah, what's your fucking deal?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna like kind of play it out for like a year, and if things like I'll get serious if I need to get serious in a year." And Raj, dude, he heard this and he's like, "Dude, can I fucking throw a flag on the
Object.
field?" Yeah, that is like, he was just like, that's just like a fundamentally wrong way to approach this. I'm like, well, fucking fundamentally wrong. All right.
Go on.
He's like, uh, I think the life that you want to live is you don't change yourself for like this dating period. You just say yes to everything, do a lot of things. Oh, oh.
Don't change
And
yourself just for this period. You
right.
just be you.
You just be you and just say
And
yes to a
just
lot of cool things, and you never know. Like he met his girlfriend through like a friend. He went to some beach party. That's how we met. Some beach party, and then it was actually a friend from that party where he met his girlfriend. And he's like, dude, all these fucking ties, like I couldn't draw them up. I just said yes to a lot of cool things with a lot of cool people, and it just happened. And now I wouldn't
in.
trade it for the world.
Oh,
Oh,
not
trade it
for
for the
the
world. My
world.
bad.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah, yeah. What
That
was
is
it?
why people tune
Here's
into the Smart Nonsense podcast right there.
oh, fuck.
No, I'm actually being serious. I had a funny thing, right? So I've been with my girlfriend 5, 6 years. In the fall, we were in a bit of a rut, and it was largely because I had become no guy, actually.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like so structured. Like, I gotta be in bed 10:30. Like, we have our routine. She's like, "Do you want to do this?" It's like, no. Like, if it was outside of my routine, I was like, no. I was just no guy, dude. And in the fall, in the fall, I elected, hey, I'm just gonna be yes guy. I'm gonna be yes guy from now on. And that manifested in some beautiful ways, let me tell you.
Oh,
Um,
example is 0.
I'll give you an example. There was one night we were out doing something, 10, 11. We'd gone to like 2 bars, maybe it's midnight. And she's like, okay, we've been to 2 bars. I'm heating up. She's like,
Oh.
I'm heating up. Let's go to one more. Let's go dancing.
Oh wow. And you're a dancer, so that's right up your alley.
But I was also no guy, dude.
Right.
So in a former life, right? I've been like, no, I'm tired. We've been out. This has been fun. We got to go let the dog. I'm no guy.
Yeah.
But you know what I said right then and there? I said, you know what? Yes. Let's go dance. And I'll tell you what, dude. No, but seriously, being serious, like it felt like one of the first times we had ever met, which is kind of crazy because I just
Oh.
broke out of this like we've been together a long time, we're in routines, whatever. I say no to a lot of things. And I just said yes, and it was really, really fun. I just got to let loose a bit. And now what's interesting is like every time I say yes, she'll ask if we can do something or if she can have something or if I don't know, something around the house. My default now is just like yes. It used to be no. I'm like, no, don't do that. No, don't mess with the organization. No. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'm just yes guy now, dude. And every time
Yes,
I
guy.
say yes, I swear to God, like she lights up. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I thought you were gonna say no. You always say no." And I'm like, "Ah, it was that
Wow.
bad, huh? It was that bad, huh? You're my little. You don't need to be like locked up in a dungeon here with no guy.
Right, right.
Like
Man,
fuck.
all she had to say was, "Hey, can we fucking say yes?" And everything changes. That's
Yes,
good.
yeah.
Actually, I was talking to a buddy because my buddy, another buddy, he's a super yes guy. Like he'll just talk to everyone all the time. And we were hanging out late at night, and he was just like hanging on the couch, and he has this funny thing. And the other buddy, Raj, this guy's Nick. They're both kind of similar in that, like, like the Jungle Johnny thing when we'd talk to Jungle Johnny, and
Really
it's
quick
just
for
like,
the really quick
yeah,
for the novice, the listener. We were in Colombia. We were on some tour of a church or something. We ran into this guy who just yapped our ears off for like 30 minutes about how awesome his life was, how many women he was seeing in Medellin. He's like scrolling through his Instagram.
oh, I
All of
forgot
his
about the
stories,
Instagram.
all of his stories suck. His Instagram sucks. The pictures suck. They literally like they're so bad. And his username was it Jungle Johnny or did we just call him that?
It might have been. I don't know. I don't know what's
I
the
think
reality anymore.
well it was Johnny or something. And then
Yeah.
the kicker was we every single sentence that came out of his mouth, we were giving the like social cue of, "Oh, all right, dude." Like, "Oh, super cool, dude. Like we got to hop," or like uh we'll catch you next like we'll catch you down in Medellin, dude, next time. Next time. Like those are all outs of a conversation.
Right.
And they were just right over his head. Kept just railing us with terrible stories.
Yeah.
So,
So I think you don't want to be Jungle Johnny. Let me be clear. But I think you can be Jungle Johnny if you're aware of the cues. You just gotta you gotta be aware. You gotta be not tapped. And so I think they have this Jungle Johnny of like normally when I would hit the eject button, and I think you're even more so than me. They're just like they just linger. They're like they're just gonna like push like one more conversation,
they'll
one more like topic or
like
something.
they'll stay with Jungle Johnny.
The well, remove jungle from it. They'll just like you're at a conversation, you're like, I could wrap it up here, tie a nice little bow, maybe a kiss, like, and just be on our way. They'll just like deal with some little awkward silence for a second, and then like bring up some
Oh.
other topic, and just like keep the ball
Oh.
rolling.
Sit in it. Bask in it
Yeah,
even.
yeah, which I just wasn't used to. Um, and it ends up like sometimes it'll just like that one little extra line will just turn into like a half an hour, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But if it's like someone you actually like, then it's like, oh, this is a good thing. And he's done it with like strangers too, where I'm like, oh, I would have just like done this little like, hey, what's up? It's good. But he'll have a really long conversation. Um, and
Wow.
it's cool. Like you came up where because I think at one point he came and we are hanging out on the couch at like 2 a.m, and like he had this big like audible yawn or something, and I'm like, oh, all right, dude, time for bed or whatever, just like calling it out. And he's like, ah, shit, I didn't want to. I realized I loudly yawned, and I didn't want it to be like I want this to wrap up. It just kind
Oh,
of like happened.
Jungle Raj, dude. Let's go. In a good
um,
way.
yeah, well, it was I know like sorry my thoughts aren't clear here, but like I remember you would have this thing in our friend group of like you have a watch and you're like, I need certainty for a timeout of this conversation, so I'm like, hey, 5 minutes, 1:55, I'm bouncing.
That's me?
She's like, yeah, this is you.
Oh, okay.
At least like in college you would do this a lot, of just like, here
This is
we're time
my
boxed.
right,
I
right,
got to
right.
go on to the next thing, very agended. And they're the complete opposite. It's just like I think it's like how Italians live or something, of like there's no schedule to the day. It's just like events without endpoints. It's like I want to
Mm-hmm.
meet with Henry, I want to meet with Nick, and then I want to meet with Raj, but like at no particular time. So you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out, and then whenever it fizzles, and I'll go to the next thing. Uh, it's just it's cool. It's cool.
The year of yes, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. So we'll see. I might
I'm
get a t-shirt.
about 4 months in. T-shirt might help. because
Yeah.
next week I think you're really gonna want to be Life of No, just because it's
Yeah.
kind of cyclical. And so if you have
Right.
the T-shirt reminder for the year of yes,
Right.
uh, yeah, that'd be very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
You Gardaloo me,
Gardeloo.
Gardaloo.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you had
Not
more.
used to that.
You're just
No.
gonna bask in it and let the pod roll, huh?